Be a record for consecutive wins to start a season when they take on the Lakers tonight. They're going for 16-0. This is just the beginning, according to Pat Riley, who has been involved with 9 NBA championship teams. Here's what he had to say. They're in the beginning of something that can be dynastic. They're in the beginning stages of it, and that's the scary part, versus somebody that catches lightning in a bottle one time. They're at the beginning because all of their key players, all of them, are young and they're talented. Stephen A., do you agree with Riley?
Well, I think the potential is there, and who am I to question a winner within? This man is a champion, is both a coach and an executive as well, and there's very few people that have greater credentials than the great Pat Riley. Having said all of that, I definitely think he has a point. You could potentially see it in the making, but this year is going to tell us more than last year did. You could make the argument, that they caught lightning in a bottle because of the injuries that just fell in their lap. You know, a young New Orleans Hornets squad without Drew Holiday, pretty much. You look at a guy in Memphis, Mike Conley Jr. had that eye injury. You go up against Houston in the conference finals. Dwight Howard played, but had missed 41 games last year, was never 100%, and Patrick Beverley had been out. Key backup, key defensive player for Houston. Then you go to the finals, and Kevin Love is out, and Kyrie Irving goes down in overtime of game 1. So if you go out there and you win this year, Pat Riley has a very valid point, because this year is going to be tougher than last year. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook should be present, and I think that's the one team who could beat Golden State. San Antonio, we can never dismiss. I'm not sold on the Los Angeles Clippers because, damn it, something is missing with that team. And the same could be said for Houston as well. So when I look at it from that perspective, and then I look at what Hubie Brown enlightened us about Sunday night when the Warriors were beating the Denver Nuggets. He talked about today's game when we compare the Warriors to teams of the past. He talked about no hand checking, no forearms to the back when a dribbler is backing you down, no hard fouls because you'll get a technical, if not an ejection. So that's cut down on that significantly, and it's changed the culture of the game because that physical play, the bad boy Pistons, Pat Riley's Knicks, that's no longer really allowed in the NBA. And it facilitates guard play and those with perimeter games exponentially. So when you look at that and you see a Steph Curry, with a Klay Thompson, with a Harrison Barnes who, by the way, deserves his money in free agency this coming summer. When you look at all of those different things and the pieces that they have in play, be assisted by today's rules, Skip Bayless, it is very, very possible that the Golden State Warriors could end up being a dynasty in the making. But only if they win this year. They're going to have to show up and win this year to show us that last year was no fluke. Up until then, it could be potentially premature. But it's Pat Riley, so there's no such thing. He has the right to say that. He speaks, he's like E.F. Hutton. He's one of those people who speak, you need to listen.
Yep. But he did say could be a dynasty. He didn't say will be a dynasty. I'm with everything you just said. I'm in awe, early awe. I've never seen anything quite like Steph Curry. This league has not seen anything quite like the impact that the Warriors' small ball lineup is having on a nightly basis. And again, they average about 6 feet 6 inches tall when they play the 5 smalls. I give you all that. I also agree with you. We got to slow down. We need to see more because they were lucky. I'm just using the word. They were lucky last year because of all those point guard injuries, getting to the finals. No Kyrie, no Kevin Love. So far, I'm obviously very impressed with what they've done, but I'm going to discount 2 victories over a Clippers team whose basketball character I sometimes question. You say there's something missing. It just is. So can we run to the bank, the all-time bank, with those 2 wins over the Clippers in the first 15? I'm not sure. And those are the 2 most impressive wins, unless you want to count the win over Atlanta at Golden State, and I really don't. So what have they done so far? Not sure yet. Am I impressed? Could they be dynastic? They could be. Need to see more. Will see more. It's very early in this process.
It's very early.
Yep.
But it's special to watch.
It is.
I mean, this is unbelievable. You need to show him more respect.
And you can say that nonsense
nonsensical stuff. And then to top that off, you're moody. I'm not joking, bro. I mean, this is unbelievable. You need to show him more respect. And you can say that nonsensical stuff. And then to top that off, you're moody. I'm not joking, bro.
Before Steph Curry rallied Golden State past the Clippers last night to improve to 13-0, Warriors player development consultant Steve Nash sat down with the San Jose Mercury News to talk about Curry as a player. Here's what he had to say. I wouldn't compare him to Michael Jordan. I wouldn't compare anybody to Michael. But I would say Steph is turning into a historical category of his own. In a way, I think he's unlike anyone else. His ability to make shots and still handle the playmaking duties is historic. He's maybe as skilled a player as we've ever had in this game. Stephen A., high praise. What do you make of these comments?
I have no problem with it. I said it. I stated on the record nearly 2 weeks ago. I think Steph Curry right now is the best player in the world. And that includes LeBron James. It includes Kevin Durant. It includes even Russell Westbrook to some degree, even though I still contend to you that Russell Westbrook, I'm still not backing off of my pick that he's going to be the league MVP. It might be a two-horse race between him and Steph Curry. And I cannot tell you how much I cannot wait to see Russell Westbrook go up against Steph Curry. I want my dream scenario, given I don't have the schedule in front of me.
Yep.
I really wish that Steph Curry stays on this kind of tear and they're undefeated and then he runs into Russell Westbrook. Because I want to see that. Obviously, I want Kevin Durant with him, but I'm just talking about that point guard matchup because let me tell you something. If there's one guy in the NBA that Steph Curry has to worry about is Russell Westbrook. You talk about an assassin who is going to rise to the challenge, who's going to sit back and hear everybody talking about and raving about Steph Curry, but will be ready for that challenge. It is Russell Westbrook. It's like that. I mean, this is beautiful. I haven't been this excited. I mean, I love my NBA basketball, but I haven't been this excited about the NBA in years. I don't even know what to tell you, man. Steph Curry's on another level. I mean, this brother right here shoots 52% from the field, 45% from three-point range, averaging 34, pulling up from 30, 35, 40, 25, 50. It don't matter what side of the court or whatever the case may be. He's doing all of that, plus handling the ball, plus running the offense. Steve Nash is absolutely right. And I'm going to tell you something right now. If you want to think about the quintessential point guard in terms of getting other people involved, there's only one Magic Johnson. But if you're talking about actual skills, I challenge anybody to tell me if you've seen anybody better than Steph Curry, who can shoot the ball like this and by virtue of his marksmanship, his ball handling ability, plus his cerebral understanding of the game and what he's able to do because of his ability to shoot so well in a different kind of way. He has the kind of profound impact on his teammates that Magic Johnson had, that Michael Jordan had. How else can you explain how Draymond Green can be your 5 and Andre Iguodala can play your 4, Harrison Barnes can play your 4, your 3, and you're getting away with that lineup and winning games like this? Certainly the rules changes in the NBA have something to do with this, because if Steph Curry was playing back in the day that Michael Jordan was playing and Magic was playing, they will tell you he'd have got hurt. Somebody hurt him already. They'd have been like, look, he looks good. He's a pretty boy. Plus, on top of it all, he can play, and he's not buff. Oh, somebody would have hurt him already because they would have got tired of him looking too damn good shooting and scoring like that. I agree. Bam, they would have did something. They would have done something to him. But these are different times, and they don't want to get suspended and lose their money. So as a result, they're not going to do that. And as a result, those rules facilitate his greatness. Right now, Steph Curry is the best player on the planet. That includes LeBron James, all due respect, because LeBron James can't do what he wants to do, what Steph does, and Kevin Durant doesn't want to bad enough what Steph Curry does. But Russell Westbrook does, and I can't wait for that. I don't care where I'm at, Skip. I'm going to have my chair. I might go to the game, but if I don't go to the game, I just watch the team. I will be sitting down to see Russell Westbrook against Steph.
We get that. All right. Back to Steve Nash. Again, before that draft of Steph Curry, I said I would take Steph #1 over Blake Griffin. And a lot of people said that's impossible. And trust me, even I underrated Steph at that point because I in no way saw this coming. This was the perfect man, Steve Nash, to ask about what Steph Curry's doing. Steve Nash, I remind our younger viewers, won 2 MVPs in this league. I thought Shaq should have won 1 of them, but he won 2. Impossible. And it's also impossible what Steph Curry is doing right now because, as Steve Nash said, and he's tried to do it humbly, he said, I hate to put myself in this statement, but he's taken what I did to another level. Steve Nash had a gear of quickness that was rare and freakish. It was stop and start quickness. It was step back quickness. Steph has taken that to another level. And to your point about buff, again, he's eclipsing LeBron as the best player in the league, and Steph is slim at 6'3". He doesn't play with power. He doesn't necessarily play with spring. Russell Westbrook can jump out of the gym and plays with attack the basket power. He's pretty ripped in his upper body. So he's taking the man's game that is pro basketball, Steph Curry is, and he's turning it into the ultimate finesse game, really a below the rim, shoot the ball from long distance kind of game. We've never seen anything like this. So I appreciated that Steve Nash is saying he's creating a historical category we've never seen before.
Yeah, all of his
This is
own.
new ground is being broken here. This is a new frontier, and there's only one man in this frontier, and his name is Steph Curry, and he's just entering his prime. It's not like he's 32. You know, he's just getting started. He will get better.
Skip, stay with me real quick for 1 second. One other point that I want to make in bringing up Russell Westbrook. Let me tell you why I'm doing that. Because Jordan had the Bird, the Isaiahs, and the Bad Boys, and ultimately Magic. Sure. All right, Magic had Bird. Julius Erving had those dudes in his way, et cetera, et cetera.
Got it.
Steph Curry has to have somebody in his way. Russell Westbrook is averaging 28, 10, and 7.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's an assassin. So watching Steph go up against him is going to also tell us a lot, too.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
I got it.
It's going to tell us a lot.
It will.